Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election held in Nigeria on February 25, 2023, and the result announced on March 1st, 2023. And as well, Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the All Progressive Congress was declared the winner of the election, and that result is being challenged in the court of law, presently at the Presidential Election Petition Court, from where it will end up at the Supreme Court. Now, one of the positions of Tinubu in his final written address, he told the tribunal that they should not sack him over 30-year-old United States court judgment cited by Peter Obi of the Labour Party. That is what we are looking at in this video. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Vice President Kashim Shettima, in their final response to the Presidential Election Petition Court, stated why their electoral victory should not be voided on the basis of a 1993 United States District Court judgment that ordered Tinubu to forfeit $460,000 suspected to be the proceeds of drug trafficking. Their legal team, led by Wole Olanipekun, senior advocate of Nigeria, contended that the said drug forfeiture order was issued 30 years ago in 1993, and that Section 1371E of the 1999 Constitution states that a conviction has expired after 10 years. So they are contending that after 10 years of conviction, it is no longer, Tinubu is no longer liable for that conviction, that he is free to contest for the president of Nigeria. But there are certain sections that they overlooked, which we are going to look at in this video. The submission was contained in the final written address by Tinubu and Shettima legal teams. The address was in reaction to part of the petition of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, who told the Presidential Election Petition Court to declare that Tinubu was at the time of the presidential election on February 25 not qualified to contest the polls or any other election in Nigeria as a result of the forfeiture order. Obi's legal team, led by Dr. Olivier Zu, senior advocate of Nigeria, maintained that Tinubu was fined in the United States over alleged narcotic trafficking, which amounts to a criminal offense in Nigeria. They brought a witness to testify in that regard while submitting the said judgment as exhibit before the court. The petitioners further plead that Tinubu was also at the time of the election not qualified to contest for the election to the office of the president, as he was fined the sum of $460,000 for an offense involving dishonesty, namely narcotic trafficking, imposed by the United States District Court, Northern District of Illinois, Eastern Division, in case number 93 C4483 between United States of America versus Plenty Funds in account 263226700 held by First Heritage Bank in the name of Bola Tinubu, Obi's lawyers stated in their petition. Meanwhile, Tinubu's lawyers raised objection to the judgment cited by Obi, adding that even if it was a criminal conviction, the law of Nigeria have rendered it ineffective because the development took place in 1993, 30 years ago. In addition to the foregoing, and assuming without ever considering that exhibit BBF1, United States Court judgment, is remotely connected with criminal forfeiture, Section 1371E of the 1999 Constitution give an expiration period of a maximum 10 years for the subsistence of the conviction and sentence, after which the convict could contest an election to the office of the President of Nigeria, Olanipekun stated. Olanipekun cited Section 1371E of the Constitution that said a Nigerian cannot be President of Nigeria within 10 years of a conviction for offense brought by the Code of Conduct Bureau. That section of the Constitution said A person shall not be qualified for the election to the office of the president if within a period of less than 10 years before the date of the election to the office of the president, he has been convicted and sentenced for an offense involving dishonesty, or he has been found guilty of the contravention of the code of conduct, the section said. Olanipeku, however, left out the preceding section of the Constitution, section 1371D, that disqualified anyone who had been fined for any offense in the past from becoming president. That section, which applies to Tinubu's forfeiture of over $460,000 due to drug crimes in Chicago in 1993, did not give any timeline under which a convict can be released to run for Nigeria's president. So that section, you can go and look at it. That section, Tinubu does not qualify to be exempted or be allowed to contest for the office of the president. He was not among those listed that merited pardon after 10 years. That the offense, that is forfeiture for narcotics, and does not include among it. So Olanipeku did not take cognizance of or he deliberately don't want to mention the preceding section before that. So Tinubu does not deserve a pardon. Okay? He does not deserve a pardon after 10 years. He is liable for the offense as alleged. Now that section, it only said a person shall not be qualified for election to the office of the president if he is under a sentence of death imposed by any competent court of law or tribunal in Nigeria, or a sentence of imprisonment or fine for any offense involving dishonesty or fraud by whatever name called, or for any other offense imposed on him by any court or tribunal, or substituted by a competent authority for any other sentence imposed on him by such a court or tribunal. So it is obvious Tinubu cannot be pardoned because his conviction took place 30 years ago. No, his conviction has no timeline for him to be penalized for the offense in that section 137. You can go and read it again. Good thing about our constitution is written in simple English. Anybody can read it and understand it. Now, in 2014, the Supreme Court defined forfeiture as punishment for an offense under Nigerian criminal statutes. The word forfeiture means divestiture of property without compensation, the loss of a right, privilege, or property because of a crime, a breach of obligation, or neglect of duty. The court ruled in January 17, 2014 in Mohammed Abacha versus the federal government of Nigeria. Speaking further, the Supreme Court said that a person who has forfeited property on the basis of a crime cannot be entitled to indemnity. Forfeiture is a form of punishment. There is no indemnity in our criminal procedure. The court further stated in a majority decision that was read out by Justice Olukayode Arewola. The present Chief Justice of Nigeria was the person who read, by that time he was not the Chief Justice of Nigeria, but he was a Justice of the Supreme Court. He was the person that read the outcome, that read the majority judgment that defined what forfeiture is. And that forfeiture definition applies to Tinubu today, because forfeiture is as a result of criminality. Because if you don't participate in criminal activity, if you are not linked to a criminal activity, you cannot forfeit. You cannot be honest and forfeit your $460,000 to United States. You that is watching me now, I can bet you, if they put a forfeiture order on the money you have in your bank account today, you're going to resist it because you know you work hard for your money. You are not going to forfeit it. You are not going to allow anybody to take away your money. $460,000 in 1993 is a huge amount of money. It is still a huge amount of money today. Should you, and let's say you are an honest forex trader in Nigeria today, you are trading in forex, because a lot of Nigerians are making money through trading in forex, foreign forex, and all that. and they are making a whole hell of. Imagine you are a forex trader, you have $460,000. Then the United States government come and accuse you that that money you have in your bank account is a pursuit of crime. You are not going to let them have that money. You are going to fight tooth and nail to show that it is your money. But when you forfeit, it's an admission of crime. It means you have admitted that this money in your bank account is a pursuit of crime. There is no way you can escape it by saying it's not a crime. And the Supreme Court of Nigeria has told us in their own judgment that forfeiture interpretation in Nigeria is a crime. And therefore, and this has no time limit for you to pay the penalty for participating in it. So it is not true what Olanipeko and Tinubu are arguing, that after 30 years that Tinubu should escape punishment. He cannot escape punishment based on that section 137 1D. Now, when you go and read it yourself, go just take your time and read that section 137. You'll be able to understand everything that goes there. And you will find out that Tinubu's case of dishonesty in issue that has to do with narcotic and stuff is not among those that has timeline that you can say, okay, after 10 years that is you are forgiven. You can go ahead and contest for the office of the president. But what do we know? At least we have read it as ordinary citizens. We are now waiting for how the Supreme Court, how the court of our presidential election petition court will interpret it. Then we'll wait for the Supreme Court. But for all we know, we have read it. It's written in simple English. Anybody can go and read that section 137, the one they cited and the one they left out, to see that Tinubu is not covered to escape from being held accountable for what he allegedly did in 1993. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.